I'm Ashton Addison from the Crypto Coin Show, and today on Blockchain Interviews we have Asher Looi, co-founder and CEO of BitDoctor, here to talk about healthcare, artificial intelligence, blockchain, DePIN, and so much more. I'm excited to dive into this part of the industry. There's been huge innovations in AI and healthcare recently, and I'm curious on what your team is working on. So let's kick it off from the top, Asher. I'd love to hear a little bit about BitDoctor, and then we can dive into all those details.
Okay, sure. First of all, my name is Asher. I'm one of the co-founder of BitDoctor.ai. I came from a long history of dealing with enterprise-grade medical diagnostic equipment. And me, myself, has been investing in crypto for about 11 years right now. And I believe in projects that have strong fundamentals. And I've been portfolio managing for myself, my family. And this is my first Web3 project. What we have built here is we built the most advanced AI doctor in the Web3 space that we enable our user to download our application. We have an actual working AI already. The AI doctor just need to scan your face with your mobile phone, and in less than a minute, we can provide our user with more than 30 different health parameters with accuracy rate of anything in between 88 to 92%. And we can detect blood pressure, heart rate variability, vascular capacity, multiple non-communicable disease such as potential stroke risk, heart attack risk, diabetic risk, fatty liver disease risk, hemoglobin A1C risk, high cholesterol risk, hypertension risk. All this with a simple scan from your mobile phone. And of course, it sounds like something come out from Harry Potter, but we had a validation from Google itself on July. Google Research did publish an article talking about the technology that we are doing. And of course, we are also featured in Mezari. We featured in Mezari for twice without us knowing. And that gives a validation, and we have approximately about 128,000 users as we speak right now.
Wow, that's very cool. I'd love to dive into that functionality in a bit. And you mentioned there the Mezari report. I know that they're focused on DePIN, decentralized physical infrastructure networks. And I'd love to dive into that part too, about how the blockchain fits in, how people can contribute to the healthcare system and earn from it potentially as well. And you know, this is really focused on science innovation, which is amazing that blockchain can get out of the financial industry and start helping healthcare and help people improve their health and their lives. And there's this new narrative that's popped up around decentralized science, or DeSci, where blockchain actually contributes to science improvements. Can you talk about that movement? And I feel like it's early on because I haven't seen a lot about it. And I feel like people need to know more on what is decentralized science and how is it different than healthcare before blockchain?
Okay. First of all, when we start building this project, there's no such narrative called decentralized science. So we are part of, we have AI in our tech project. We are deep in infrastructure as well. So when users further cultivate our AI doctor, they get to earn rewards from the DePIN infrastructure. And specifically on the DeSci space, we just right on top of it. And when everything's CZ is talking about DeSci, when Tally is talking about DeSci, Brian Armstrong have his own DeSci project called RSC, you know, the Ticker Research Hub. And I think among all the DeSci projects, we are one of the only few that have an actual working product. And how would the DeSci space would change the landscape is, I personally think that this will be very, very helpful for longevity research and also a lot of medicine research, because previously a lot of clinical trial, medical research, medicine research are actually geared towards certain narrative and controlled by certain entity, whereby the funding mostly goes into research that some entity, I believe I understand what I'm saying, on what they want to be researched on, or maybe is favored towards certain people as well. But In this world, there are actually a lot of very brilliant scientists, researchers, and doctors, but these are mostly the people that are not being looked at, not being funded, uh, either from family background or maybe things that they are researching are not geared towards the narrative or some objective of certain very large pharmaceutical company. But with decentralized science, funding can actually goes into pros and cons and everything, right? The funding can actually goes into the right people, whereby they can apply for funding through a DAO. There's so many DAO out there in the DeSci space that can fund all these people to run a research to come up with very innovative and huge breakthrough in certain diseases. So this is definitely, but also there's also the cons on it, whereby some people might not be that good, but they are very good in presenting themselves, and then they end up getting a huge load of funding, and they did not achieve whatever they need supposed to achieve, and that may potentially create a financial loss for the people who invested into that particular project. But like I said, it's going to be a double-edged sword, and we are at a very infancy stage right now in the DeSci space. And as a project ourselves, we hope that we are capturing like very accurate vitals. And one of our core objective is to actually provide clinical trial patients to the DeSci economy, not only the DeSci economy, but also the actual the clinical trial space, whereby the recruitment of patient for the clinical trial costs approximately $6,500. So because our technology able to capture vitals and also the DePIN infrastructure, we gain a huge load of user. All these users are at our fingertips, and we can push this user for clinical trial at a fraction of cost compared to traditional way of recruiting the patient. But in summary, the DeSci space is young. It's good thing that it opened the floodgate of funding into the science space through blockchain in a fair and transparent manner. This is definitely very young, and we hope that more scientists will come into this space. But the scientists will need to work with good people in the blockchain space, or else it's going to be they're going to get like swindled by the blockchain people that are in the Web3 space. So it have a bright future, just like DeFi, decentralized finance, whereby the true OG of this decentralized finance actually are all ex-banker, ex-corporate banker, ex-investment banker. These are all the very smart financial guys that turn into a Web3 degen, and then they want to build the whole finance infrastructure into the blockchain space. So I foresee that the DeSci space will be very similar as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it grows. And you mentioned at the beginning that when the team started building BitDoctor, decentralized science wasn't really a thing. It's now starting to grow, and the advancements in AI have made a huge progression towards healthcare as well. So with that said, when exactly did your team start building this, and how long does it take to build something like BitDoctor where AI is actually being able to scan your face and get all those results? It sounds incredible.
We started the ideation stage approximately 3 years ago, whereby we have been playing around with multiple different technology. Originally, our plan is to create a technology that allowed the teleconsult. I mean, because of COVID, there's a lot of like all this doctor online, doctor to you, doctor on phone or whatever. So there's a lot of teleconsultation industry that pop up. So as a health tech company back then, we wanted to find if we can create a technology to assist doctor to pre-diagnose their patient on the other side of the screen, to diagnose something preliminary, very initially, so that the doctor can actually give better consultation. So we researched a lot of different methods, and then at one day we realized that the same technology on your smartwatch, which is it's called electronic PPG technology, smart ring, smartwatch, or the red little thing that clip into your finger when you go to a medical center. Those are all electronic PPG technology. We realized that the electronic PPG technology can actually be built onto the front camera of the smartphone, because the front camera of smartphone have an exact same sensor as a smartwatch, which is we call it the CMOS sensor. And the hurdle is the smartwatch will rely on the red light, blue light, or green light to flash on your skin to reflect the information back to the CMOS sensor to capture the electronic PPG signals. So we were doing trial and error, and we managed to build a technology. Some people call it machine learning, some people call it AI. We're able to put in a filter fast enough based on the existing lighting environment. It may be Ashton lighting environment, maybe my lighting environment, maybe dimmer, darker, maybe green, blue, or whatever is it. At that existing lighting environment, we will use the existing lighting environment, and we put in a filter fast enough so that the light that reflect from the skin will be captured as the electronic PPG signals. And it took us about almost 1.5 years to perfect the technology, and also went in for some basic clinical trial and etc. to make sure that the electronic PPG signals that we capture is accurate at 80% and above. And we managed to achieve that. Right after we achieved that, we decided to turn it into a Web3 project, because the fastest way to, we realized that if we release this technology as a SaaS technology, it's going to be a waste. The adoption rate is going to be very slow. So we realized that this technology can help a lot of people, especially the underserved community. Based on WHO, half of the world population have lack of basic healthcare access, right? And there are a lot of people that reluctant to go to medical center to do the proper medical checkup. So we realized this can actually help a lot of people. So we just release as a Web3 project and let people use it for free and further cultivate the AI engine. And also be able to capture all this health data for further clinical trial, medical research, providing this data for further longevity research of human mankind. So it took us about 3 years in short, and we started our brand BitDoctor early February this year, first quarter of, not this year, sorry, last year, 2024, it's 2025 now. At 2024, first quarter, we released and start to build our brand. And yeah, till date, we have a fairly good recognition from the Web3 space, like Mesari Report, Cointelegraph featured us, not paid, not sponsored, but a lot of people who support us, as someone like you as well. And we are very blessed that we gained a lot of very good traction from help from a lot of very good people. So that took us about 3 years in total, from 4 years now. Yeah, for 4 years now.
Yeah, everything's a 10-year overnight success, but the technology that you've built sounds incredible, and I appreciate the explanation on the CMOS sensors and how that works. It's crazy to think what technology can do without having to leave your house now. So it's really cool. And what would you mentioned at the beginning that there was over 100,000 people that were on the platform. What stage do you consider this at, or what version? And I'm sure there's more to be done.
We are currently only released the MVP, whereby we have the basic health scan, where our user can scan their face and get 15 different health parameters. And we're going to release the advanced health scan, whereby it goes up to 30 different parameters. But of course, that will be a premium edition. So ChatGPT have the freemium version. We still need to make money as a company, but we'll do our very best to make it as affordable as possible. Like maybe like $2 or $3 a month subscription. We'll allow our user to subscribe for the advanced health scan, to do it multiple times a month. Instead of just vitals, they get to learn about the potential risk of getting non-communicable disease, because out of 63 million deaths recorded last year, 2023, half of that, the death come from non-communicable disease. So and we hope that our user get to learn that, or there may be like borderline high cholesterol, borderline diabetic, borderline stroke, borderline heart attack, and they can take early preventive care. Early diagnosis save life, and we all know that. So in maybe 6 weeks time, my dad told me 6 weeks, I will give it 9 weeks. We will release the advanced and premium feature that allow our user to scan for multiple non-communicable diseases. We will also implement AI agent doctor. So this AI doctor will be a hyper-personalized AI doctor that will read your own health data instead of giving you something general. The AI doctor will read your health data and provide you with consultation how to potentially reverse certain disease at early stage. Maybe, hey, you have 30% chance of getting diabetic. Maybe you should take less soda and so on and so on. You have this, you should sleep early, so on, so on, and so on. But of course, if our early warning system tell you that you have 80% chance of getting a stroke, you should not be talking to my AI doctor anymore. You should go to a hospital and speak to a doctor. And we hope at one stage our AI doctor can book appointment for you, and maybe even tell you, hey, this is the nearest medical center, and this is the next appointment that we can potentially book for you. Of course, we need to partner with the medical center. Or you can look for this doctor specifically instead of they need to Google or need to find the right doctor or the right medical center to go. So maybe at one stage our AI doctor can even book them an ambulance if needed, or book them an Uber. Hey, you know what? Take it easy. You have high chance of getting a stroke. We're gonna get. Do you need? We can book your Uber right now. You can ride to this hospital. We can like just settle everything for you. These are very, very potential, and we can potentially, at one stage, if our foundation have sufficient funding, we can potentially fund or subsidize that particular checkup. You know, they need to do a check first, right? Because our technology is not like medical grade, but we are fairly accurate. Medical grade need to be 100% or 99%. So even though if at 92%, it cannot be medical grade. So, but of course, we can partially subsidize that that checkup. If it's real, I mean that's good for him. And either whether is it as per, then we would love to have a copy of that report so that we can further analyze how good is our engine as well, right? So this is things that we're going to release. Yeah.
That's really cool. I love the fact that the AI doctors, as it grows, you know, the current medical system, the doctors are so busy, they can only give you 5 minutes of their time. It's hard for that amount of time to diagnose, especially when you're not using AI in the office. But to have peace of mind that, hey, you could talk to this AI doctor, this AI agent for 5 hours if you wanted, and sort of understand more about what you're dealing with. And then, of course, if there's something serious, go to the real in-person doctor as well. And I feel like this is a great technology for those people that are not technical in the older age group, you know, which have more of a focus on healthcare, to see the benefits of AI and of blockchain and DePIN networks, and who knows how many of these elderly will turn into, you know, DePIN node holders, and they're earning revenue if they're really using the AI system a lot.
Exactly. So even our communication, because out of the 120 over thousand users we have right now, we have like 30 over % of them are not Web3 native people. People we have the statistic of the age and everything. They are actually people that are 45 years old and above. These are the people who care about, oh, I can actually measure my blood pressure for free without like carrying a Omron device or whatsoever blood pressure cuff to travel or so. We have like a large number of these users that, and our daily active user that are most active is actually the people that are 45 years old and above, not the 19-year-old like farmer or so on, you know, and the Gen farmer, you know, but it's not. Our most active users are actually coming from the Web2 space because they really want to monitor their blood pressure before meal, after meal, and it's free and they can earn something. And our communication to them is, the DePIN infrastructure let you earn Bitcoin, and everyone understands Bitcoin. But if I were to tell them that, hey, you can earn my native token through airdrop, then it will take me another 2 hours just to explain my tokenomics, how I'm going to generate revenue and everything. But I can tell you that, hey, you're going to earn Bitcoin. And it's quite straightforward. It's not that difficult at this current stage where we have all the infrastructure to convert my native token and through a bridge and then just swap it into BTC. Right? Of course, we take a bit more fee so that we reduce the inflation rate. So, and they love it. And we did a roadshow in a supermarket in Thailand about 7 weeks ago, a small one, in front of a grocer. We literally had people, we had like a queue in front of us. We just attend tests. We say that, hey, scan your health with your mobile phone and earn Bitcoin. We literally have like a line in front of us. Like, really? Scan my health? Do I have to pay for the app? No, it's totally free. And people almost can't believe it. We put a blood pressure machine on the spot and you can scan your face, get the result, and immediately we use the Omron machine. Omron is a big brand, right? So we use the Omron blood pressure cuff and immediately show them. The accuracy rate is 80% and above. They are pretty amazed and yeah, that's one thing that we have been doing.
That's hilarious, and that's great to see. The demand is there, and with this, earning of crypto and the DePIN network that Masari I know is focused on. Can you explain that a little bit more on how exactly users contribute to the network or earn? Is it just actually using the scan, or is there also the device and the computational data is going into the system? Like, how exactly are you earning?
You mean the user or us as a company?
The user.
The user. So all the user need to do is download the app, register for an account, and start scanning their face. Currently, we allow our user to scan their face every 4 hours, and we give them the health result of the 15 different parameters. And they will be earning our leaf points in the app, and the amount of leaf points that they accumulate, the moment after we TGE, 1 month after we TGE, we will we allocated 30% of our total token supply to be distributed to all the data contributors, and we will break this 30% of the supply into 36 different months. So the more leaf points that you have in our application, the more native token that we will be airdropping to you. So it depends on how many users by then, and we will average it out to give it to all our users. So of course, earlier they come in, the better it is. And we also, not only data contributor, in coming future, we will also providing these rewards to medical professionals. So at one stage after we release the AI doctor, we will be recruiting doctor to actually join our ecosystem, whereby our user, right after they talk to the AI and AI doctor, if it's not enough, they want to speak to a real doctor. So we have a list of doctors in the application that they can actually speak to them, and the doctor will immediately see the result of the health, and the doctor can actually provide some consultation. And the doctor that does that actually earn our DePIN rewards as well. And there are a lot of doctors have a lot of free time. We call that they go for part time. We call them long term. They just like, oh, I'll sit in for 2 hours, 3 hours. So whenever they have free time, they just like, I'm online right now, so they can just earn extra rewards and income from infrastructure.
That's great to hear. And normally, when you have the traditional healthcare system, you have a personal health number or your identity, and all your records are attached in there. Is there a blockchain version of that?
There are a lot of people who try to do this. They want to put their health record into the blockchain, and then anywhere they go, they can just show, hey, this is my DID or NFT or my record that are stored on Stratos file or whatever. But at this stage, the medical industry will not recognize it because the MOH work very differently. Because especially hospital, even though if you got a medical report from hospital A, you can just do it 3 days ago, and you go to hospital B for treatment, hospital B will actually redo the whole assessment altogether. They won't accept, they will use it as reference. Oh, this is the case. They will do your blood test again, they will do your urine test again, they will do everything all over again. Number one, if it's private, it's because the more procedures they do, the more money they make. That's number one. If they acknowledge, I should not spill the bean, but that's the ugly truth of the industry. The medical industry are controlled by capitalism, which is very very sad. Medical should be free. I mean, in my personal opinion. And that's one thing. Another thing also I understand why it's like this is because they cannot be using a record from another medical center to use it for their assessment, because if that hospital or medical center did something wrong or maybe inaccurate, then this hospital proceed with certain procedures based on that report. This will actually harm them in that potentially jeopardize their treatment, or they don't want to treat someone differently or wrongly too, right? So they will actually do the procedure all over again. And also not just hospital, different country have different way of assessing things. Maybe, for example, in America, the consideration of high blood pressure is at this level. In Japan, the consideration of high blood pressure is at this level. The consideration. So every country, MOH, Ministry of Health, have their own standard of looking into all these things. So you can put things on the blockchain. You can particularly store your health data on the blockchain. But whether it's going to be useful or not is going to be another thing. A lot of people that are not from the industry, they don't understand this. That they would like, oh, let's put everything there, and then expecting it will goes well. But it's going to be very tough unless one of my dreams is I'm a degen too, right? I've been investing for crypto for so long. The whole world government will be abolished. There will be no more government. I truly believe in one day it's going to be there's no more government in this world. Everything will be decentralized. Everything will be a DAO, and all the power will go back to the people. There's no more the top 1% who control the 99%. That's what Satoshi wants, right? And first by breaking the finance system. But unless we have that, then we will potentially see that storing health data on blockchain, and wherever you go, you can use the same information and it can be acknowledged. Or else, it's going to be a very, very long journey, but it's very, very possible at one stage.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I would love to see, I think with the increased adoption of AI in healthcare and blockchain, eventually we'll be leading into that. But it's definitely a capitalism focused industry. And yeah, if we can redo the tests at our hospital, of course we're going to do that because we make more money, which is the sad truth. But let's hope blockchain can help solve that. So I'm looking forward to seeing how BitDoctor grows and get more healthcare stuff on AI and blockchain for the positive. So right now, you mentioned the MVP is what people are using. Can people go on the website or in the app store and actually get the app today and scan their face?
Yes, it's actually available on iOS and Android right now. Anyone can just go to your App Store or Play Store and search for BitDoctor. I think our SEO done right, or maybe we are the only one using that name. You search for BitDoctor, you will see our project, our application. If can't, you just search for BitDoctor AI. Then but BitDoctor will do, I believe. And then you have to download the application. It's free to use. Is just use normal email sign up. You can do Google SSO, Facebook sign in, and you will make it as convenient as possible. And you will require a referral code. And in order to get a referral code, please do go to our Telegram and join our Telegram and or Discord. Just say, hey, I need a referral code. You have hundreds of people sharing their referral code to you, because there's a referral program on top of it. We allow our user to share one referral code per day. So you require a referral code to download it, and then you need to key in some parameters Male or female only. There's no because we need you need to key in your gender, your height, your weight, your age in order for us to do a proper AI diagnosis,
Yep.
and then you're done. You can use it and it's free.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to checking it out myself. And you mentioned once you scan, you start earning the leaf points, and then eventually that leads into a token release. What's the timeline on growing the MVP to the mainnet launch in the TGE?
Our target TGE will be hopefully we can get it done by end of February, which is very soon, or else it will be somewhere in March. We have been delaying that a fair bit because of certain work and everything, and we have been very focused on the product because when we released the product September 2024, which is now about 3-4 months. We have been so busy fixing bugs, fixing server, we got a huge amount. We didn't expect so much user to come in to begin with. We expect just maybe tens of thousands of people. The moment when we released the iOS, we had the Android for about 6 weeks before the iOS is out. The moment when we had the iOS out, within 3 days, we had 80,000 users came in.
Wow.
Our server got overloaded. We were so not prepared for it. We have to upgrade everything. We have to a lot of bugs came out. So past few months we have been just doing all these things like firefighting, the ramping up on the. But it's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah.
Now we can focus a little bit more on the token side of launch. And also working on the hyper-personalized AI agent doctor for our user, and also the premium feature for our user to use it. Yeah,
definitely. That sounds great. I'm going to leave a link to the downloads of the app in the show notes. I will also leave the socials for the Telegram and the Discord so people can get a referral code, as you mentioned. I'm going to look for one in there as well. I appreciate your insights, Asher, into where healthcare is going, how blockchain and DePIN fits in. It's exciting and it's incredible to see this technology that can scan from your phone and give so many results without having to go to a doctor. And if this is what healthcare is at now, I can't imagine what AI and blockchain will do to healthcare in 2 to 3 years from now even. So the future is here and it's incredible. So I'm wishing you and your team all the best on everything with BitDoctor, and let's definitely follow up in the near future.
Sure, thank you.